One of the many testimonies we've been hearing from people in attendance at that concert. Well, joining us live now onto the programme to offer his reaction is Finnish journalist and editor Janus Putkonen. Janus, good to see you, of course. Not under the circumstances we would have liked to be speaking to each other, but your immediate reaction to what has unfolded today in the Russian capital. 40 people believed to have been killed by a series of shooters in a concert arena.
Certainly a big tragedy, very, very unfortunate events taking place. We were expecting something to happen. 2 weeks ago, we heard from the several Western countries different kind of warnings that terrorist attacks are expected in the Moscow region. But this kind of very, very brutal attack is, of course, a shocking news. I have been watching all these videos and materials from there, and what I see on the place, it was a military team. They worked very calmly. They keep their distances. They shot only short bursts or single fires. There were no screaming, no like this kind of crazy people's reactions or actions. They were brutally cold-blooded murderers who knew how to use automatic weapons. So what we are talking here is a political attack for sure. 5 people together doing such things, maybe with the radio connections in their ears. But what we saw was a planned, very heavy provocation to whole Russia.
And who does that point to, in your opinion? We completely understand that investigation has just begun into this, but the situation that it's happening in, the timing, just after the Russian presidential election, there had been US and other embassies warning about a possible imminent attack in the last number of weeks in Moscow, and now we have this deadly event. Who does this point to, Janus?
We saw a first video from the detained people, and that person, I don't know if he was a gunman or somebody involved in that attack, but he was certainly European. And but it's very early to jump to conclusions, and we have to wait for the facts on the ground. But what I saw was an European man, and it basically takes 50% of the issue away. If we are not talking about the Middle East, we have seen such kind of horrible terrorist attacks from the Muslim terrorists, from the ISIS terrorists, but what was detained in the ground, he was certainly a European. So when we put the facts, what we can see from the ground together, we see a military team used to with the automatic weapons, as I said already. So what I put my blame on is that this is connected to the Ukrainian conflict for sure. Who are these people from Ukraine or from the Russia? That we certainly don't know, but it seems like to be a European attack, not a lone man, crazy people doing crazy stuff, but organized, very professional team.
This is the thing, though. You talk about it in a militarized manner, Janus, and it does indeed appear to be like that, coordinated, calm, composed on the trigger. But they're doing it, they're going in and shooting civilians eye to eye. What kind of military person, military man would do that? This is not a military target. This is not near any military area. This is a cultural event, a music concert where children were as well. We had one guest just a moment ago saying that his daughter was due to be there, but because she was grounded, she wasn't allowed. 6,000 people just going in. It's like a turkey shoot. You could kill no matter how many civilians, women, children, whoever. Who does that?
Of course, unfortunately, in the war in Donbass since 2014, we have seen very brutal actions from the nationalist militants from the Ukrainian side, and they have been killing innocent civilians for thousands and thousands in the Russian region. And most of all, we have to remember that they are using a lot of drugs, a lot of them. And has been going on since the Maidan. The nationalists are in drugs when they are carrying the weapons. They don't have any emotions like a normal person in that kind of situation feels. They are just executing. But of course, on the background, to get to this kind of sense, you have to be very racist, fascist, in the Nazi mentality, so that you don't see humans, you see objects, and you take a mission to terminate those objects, everything what moves in front of you. And that is the way how they have killed thousands of civilians in the Donbas region over past 10 years.
Janus, thanks so much for coming in the program and sharing your expertise with us. Chief Editor of the Finnish MV Lehti publication, Janus Putkonen. Thank you.
Thank you.